Okay, we should be fine. Hello. Sorry that took a little bit. I had to get everything set up. So let me just load up my game. And then I just want to make sure everything's set up how I like. Alright, cool. Should be set. Alright, nope. Bad timing. Press start. We're gonna do a brand new save file. Just because it's been a bit. I wanted to start anew and see if I can do okay. I learned something kind of new recently about the game, so I wanted to take the time to let's just play through it again. I thought it'd be fun to stream it. I think I'm decent at the game. I'm not competitive with this. This is just a game from my childhood I like playing. I got this for Christmas in 2003. I was 6 years old. We had just got, like, for Christmas we got a PS2, and we got this. This was my present. This was my first ever video game that I owned. But yeah, I really like it. I'm kind of ignoring the plot. It's a kind of a weird mixture of the historical War of Roses, while at the same time, like, combining Yu-Gi-Oh. And so Yugi is actually named Henry, and like everyone is apolitical. It's a weird plot. It's a weird way to kind of frame this kind of gameplay, especially this is also a sequel. This is a sequel game. It doesn't act like it for the most part, except for like this guy. Sorry, not sure if I heard my cat out. Like this guy is in the first game, Forbidden Memories, for the PS1. Like, he's there, and then like the final boss character is also from Forbidden Memories. Like, I didn't know for years that those two were connected. I genuinely didn't until I had to Google it. I was on I think the Wikipedia page for Yu-Gi-Oh games. So I believe the Japanese game calls it a sequel. I do apologize. I'm kind of just skipping dialogue. I do not play this game for its dialogue. I do it because I think it's a fun game. My cat is attacking my balls, it feels like. He just ran in between my legs and tried to fucking clip them. I'm good. Alright, let's see. We can have some decks going on. We got Robotic Knight. Okay, classic for me. I'm pretty comfortable with the class in general. Fairy King's Truesdale, I haven't really done a lot of. I've had troubles with that one in the past. And Illusionary Gentleman also. That one can also be kind of rough. I'm thinking Illusionary Gentleman for this playthrough. But what I learned was, because I've just never done this, if you have a PS1 memory card in the second slot, it generates a different duel list, which is implying like a reference to Forbidden Memories. This deck has a lot of good trap cards. I haven't really dueled him before. This stream will be my first time attempting the actual duel itself, so I did create a PS1 memory card for it, so hopefully that works. I was told you don't necessarily need to... Sorry, brain trying to connect words to mouth here. You don't necessarily need a save file for forbidden memories for this to work. Please, I want to be done with this dialogue. So basically we will be picking sides. There are 2 sides to this game. Yugi and, that side, Seto and their side, like Lancasters and Yorks, if I remember, or something like that. It'll show. Now, you can generate the cards, but I'm going to try to avoid that for the most part. I find, like, I don't know, it kind of, like, lowers the gameplay a little bit for me if I, like, cheat and add cards to my save file. I'm more of I prefer the old do-it-yourself. Once I've beaten the game, then I'm fine using cheat codes, but, like, outside that, I'm fine, you know? We'll be fine. Alright. Now we're gonna pick. Yep, Lancastrians or Yorkists. So this basically gives us 2 options. The game wants you to side with the Yorkists for the first playthrough. I don't know why, but it does, as it puts you in singular fights that are objectively the easiest ones in the game. So they want you to side against Yugi in the first playthrough. Don't know why, but that's definitely how it's set up. You'll see what I mean. But, like, if you were to side against Kaiba, you would be fighting against branching paths. You would fight against Rex Raptor and Weevil Underwood, all that. And in this one, Taya is a lot weaker, Tristan is a lot weaker, as you will see. I'm going to keep animations on. They might get a little repetitive, I won't deny it, so I might skip some, but you can turn them off, but I do think it's part of the fun. Obviously, if you're playing this like to speedrun at any point, you turn those off, but we are just going to have some fun. Also, you get a shorter starting cutscene if you pick Seto over Yugi, by the way. Forgot to mention that. Thought that was a fun little fact. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Here's Taya. I'm debating if I want to fight the PS1 guy first. So we're going to go ahead and set up a save file here. Yeah, I did a brand new memory card for this. I thought it'd be fun if I did a memory card specifically for this account. I can't remember how to leave the game. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. Now let's go to custom duel. Now, do I need to format the PS1 memory card? Okay, moisture. Okay. Hopefully this is the one I was told about, because I've never fought this one before. Normally, if there's nothing in there, you would fight a completely different deck. So this will be very interesting to do for our first duel. Let's hope it goes well. If it doesn't, we'll just fight Taya. So Sorry, I was just trying to process. We'll just do blank. Blank will be fine. Alright, let's go for this. You tend to want to be aggressive in the opening bits. We're gonna start with this. It's kind of worthless, but it does... we'll be fine with generating stars and then to the next turn so we can summon more stuff. This game has a kind of star-based system where each turn you gain 3 stars, and that's your sort of summoning power. What the fuck is that? Okay, so an additional point is added each turn during recovery of the player's... What the fuck? What the fuck is that? I guess we summon that. What do you do? Yeah, okay. Anything really works here, so I guess we'll lure a little bit of weaker creature out there. Okay, I'm gonna put a magic jammer here just to be safe. Go and kill this thing. I don't think I've ever seen 3-legged zombies attack. You know what? It's kind of cute. I think it's... Well, oh, you know, I mean, a little less cute than I thought. The other thing looks hideous. Are they friends? Are they lovers? Will we ever know? Ooh, Crush is gonna suck. I did read that. Basically anything above 1500 is gonna get destroyed. Another one. Oh, it's immortal. So this is a weird immortal deck. I thought this was gonna be interesting. It's a very interesting experience, fighting cards I've never seen before. Damn. Poor 3-legged zombie. So what are you? What? That sounds awful. That sounds very awful. Okay. I'm gonna back up, I guess. I don't know what to do here. I guess summon a monster? I don't know. Alright, we'll trade places here. Spellcaster. So you? Do you guys fuse? No. No, you do not. That's fine. So I do believe you can use the Book of Secret Arts, so I will keep that in mind for next turn. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, God. This is going awful. Maybe I... Oh, yeah, I definitely need to... I think we're gonna go fight Tay instead, guys. I'm gonna be so honest. I think I goofed here. I'm scared. We can technically beat this guy. that helps. I'm gonna get a drink of water while this animation plays. So is all this guy's cards like Grush cards? I have never fought this guy before. What is this deck? What is this deck? It is, it is an experience. I'm gonna up you forward. Gosh dang. Ooh. Ooh, no. Okay, yeah. Maybe I should have waited on this one. I thought I was good enough. Oopsie. That's fine. You know, we can wipe this from the record books by just restarting. We'll just reset it. Because I did save beforehand, so we're fine in that regard. Alright. Let's just take them on. Now, there does exist a fusion calculator. I hate pulling it out because it takes... Like, it's annoying to type out every card in my hand to figure out if they'll fuse. And I mean, like, the fusing in this game is very, like, basic. It relies on, like, very few attributes to really, like, fuse. Like, not every monster type will be able to fuse. It's weird. Okay. I'll start off with Hinatama again. And then I'm going to pull up the fusion calculator real quick. During Teya's turn. There you go, the DOR fusion calculator. Got it pulled up. Okay. In this game, you want to play sort of aggressively is the best way I have kind of found. That's how you'll close out games faster. So we have Pro Goblin. We have... That's Dark Artist, Water Girl. And then we have, what? Fairy Witch and Starboy. These cards don't sound real, honestly. If you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, these cards don't sound real. Back when you would play, you would normal summon Dark Artist. I'm gonna be real with you. Never... I don't think anyone should play most of these cards in my hand right now. Like, Starboy's the only one. I believe that's like Aqua Boy or something like that. That's like a different name or something like that. Aqua Star or something. No fusion's possible. Oh. Oh, okay. That's okay, I guess. Alright, so we are boosted. We can attack into that, and we're going to do just that. Okay, cool. That was, nothing. What was that? That was creature swap. Interesting. I forgot that was on here. All cards in play on the field, with the exception of the leader, are transported contrasting spaces diagonally. That sounds awful. That didn't sound good. Alright, well. I think I might go Water Girl. Okay, this seems fine. We'll basically flip Star Boy to boost our Water Girl there into that fight. So go ahead and do this. And then we'll... Boop. That's all he's needed for. First up, let's see if this works out. Ooh, power boost. Okay, that's... Oh? It knocked out some... I can't tell if it like weakened me or not. I can't tell. No, if I didn't. Okay, I'm fine. Oh. I'm feeling more worried than I should be. Is this the human equivalent of Bubble Beam? So I guess if a human could do Bubble Beam, that is what that would look like, I suppose. So that's one kill. What is that? The first kill to Water Girl. The card art is definitely very dated. This game, to be fair, this game came out in like what, 2001, 2002, something like that. Like pretty early on. Yeah, it's been like 02, like early 03 or something like that. Alright. Alright, we should be able to attack into Taya, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and advance up. Go attack into you. That's at least 1850. That's a pretty good amount of damage. Let's see. And what do? You basically create C. So I'm gonna just put you here in defense. When turned face up in battle, transform an opponent into a zombie. That is an ability, I guess. I feel like these two probably make something. So I guess I will fuse those two. Yep, called it. Alright, let's just attack into you. Oh, that is... Okay. Alright. We don't need to see... I mean, actually, no, we didn't see Crow Goblin's attack, so... I guess we should have seen that. Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough for us. Okay, that is a little rough to deal with, I guess. I'm having like the biggest bout of like dry mouth right now. It's so bad. It's so terrible. And it's like the worst timing because I'm streaming. So, you know, ugh. Our poor amiibo. He works so hard. Poor little feller. Now we have some aqua. 2100. That is good enough, actually. That is good enough. Alright, we'll put you here. Let you boost up. Yeah, you two are stuck in a stalemate. That's fine. Alright, let's go for it. Fairy of the Fountain. The second one with a kill on our team. I'll say not bad. I'll give him credit. Not bad. Yeah, this definitely you're definitely meant to side with Kaiba first, because like this is a lot easier than the start you would have against Weevil and Rex. Did I just hear a car rev at like 4 in the morning? What douchebag is revving a car at 4 in the morning? Alright, we should be fine. The wall. We are in the wall. In this moment, probably should just drop a red medicine. And then we'll attack him with this. Yeah, at least take our advantage where we can get it, you know? Since we have seen her fight, we're going to skip it. I will be doing that for the most part. Now that it is now paralyzed. That does suck. God, yep, we're now in a active stalemate, guys. Oh boy. At least we have Musician King on our side. Alright, so I guess we just start moving some pieces around. I'm gonna go ahead and set Magic Jammer back. And then you are kind of useless right now, so when it's flipped face up, yeah. It'd be cool if I had a card that flipped everything face back down. That would be fun to be able to just pop that again. Let me see what I can do with this. All spellcasters, ooh. So we'll say Starboy is... One second. Reset. We'll say Starboy is on field because we can fuse that. We have Dark Artist. We have Unhappy Maiden. Musician King. I can't spell musician apparently. We have what? Ancient Elf and Spirit of the Winds. Alright, I don't know if this will make anything, but nope, nothing. Does not pop up a single thing. We do have Magical Ghost. Is that gonna cause anything? Magical Ghost? Maybe, let's... Nope. Okay, no. We have Fairy of the Fountain. Still nothing. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, no, we don't really have any fusions we can kind of go with here. We can only just really play more aggressively. Which we can do that. Ooh. Okay, we can fix that problem. We can fix that problem, no problem at all. Yeah, let's just go with, this Musician King here. So they do still have a summon slot, so they will still summon something. We will remedy this by just attacking with Fairy of the Fountain. And that's one for us. I'm gonna take one more water break. I'll let the animation play out while I drink. You could say she is also getting a drink. Being laughed at 100 is very, 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 very funny. But that does give Musician King the kill. So kudos, Musician King. I'd love to get my hands on the card next to her, though. That would be a nice card to get. And so now we get to rob our opponent with the graveyard slot machine. We could honestly use everything, so I will be attempting to get anything. That is okay. I think our deck could use that bow and arrow, actually. So the monster's a little less, but that's fine. I guess I lost. Pains me to know that I lacked the strength to protect my lord and love. Wait, does that imply that they are lovers? I never really paid attention to her dialogue after her fight. Are her and Yugi dating in this world? Alright, let me add that equipped card to our deck. Yeah, Winged Egg Angel might be useful for fusing, but I think we have fairies as it is, don't we? We have a fairy. We have some. Okay, we have a fairy. So I guess we could use another fairy. We get rid of. I don't know what we. I guess get rid of this fairy. Shift all cards of defense. I mean, it's somewhat useful. Maybe get rid of the monster eye. That's kind of useless. And I'm gonna get rid of Dark Artist, I think. I don't know. Ancient Brain. And I will add Wing Egg and Silver Bow and Arrow, I think. Let me see. Fairy by 500. We do have some stuff that does benefit from that, so I will add that for the handful of fairies we do have. Mainly because we have this. This is literally the only reason I'm willing to add that to the deck, so. Just kind of processing our hand here. I don't know how much we can actually fuse in this deck. I really don't. So we will probably need to use that fusion calculator for a little while until we can get some better cards. But Tristan is relatively easy, so we shouldn't have that bad of a problem against him. Tristan Gray. I will go ahead and reset my fusion calculator. And then we will address how we want to go about it. Play aggressive, like I always say. Let's see, what is your effect? This card is flipped face up. All. Okay. I do believe you guys make Bean Soldier, funny enough. And then there's also this one. I think this might be the one to do. Lead with that one. We'll just do that. I think that's fine. Yeah, just keep going forward. Then let's see what we got in hand. Magic Jammer. Okay. Leave that one behind here. Oh, thank you. Also, pretty good card to like have that happen to. That's one of his stronger attackers. So we have him at 1350. We can kind of go for both here. Let's see what we can kind of make. Alright, Grebo. We have the Green Phantom King. Is this Dorian? Is his name not Dorian? What is his name? Odoma, the Angel of Silence. We have the Fiend Sword and Takuki. So let's see what is the most optimal thing we can make here. Rose Spectre of Dun is not a bad card, but I do think it gets lowered against Wasteland, does it not? Well, either way, we can make both of those things. So Fiend Sword and Takuki is probably the first one I'm going to make. I forget if it gets lowered by that, though, so we'll find out. Need Punished Eagle. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I do think we get paralyzed for a turn, but like we still have a Punished Eagle on field, which is, I'm going to say, pretty good for us. That's good, though. I'm glad we could get something like that this early. Tristan is probably the best thing you can kind of grind off of for a little bit. Because Mai is a bit of a ramp up in difficulty. She can get monsters in the, like, 3,000s, 4,000s. Like, it's possible. They kind of cap out around 4,000, but, like, still a little rough to handle when the deck can't really make that much. By the way, any card can be a deck leader. I will mention that. What can we make now? Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and swap you for Key Mace. And then you are Shadow Spectre. And then we can actually make a Queen of the Autumn Leaves, funny enough. Keymace and Doma make Dark Witch. Then we can also make Wood Remains, which is pretty good too. Both those are actually pretty good. Actually, Wood Remains would be pretty solid here, so. Now let's go for the kill. A 2k body is not bad. Now it does cap out a 2k over here, which is, yeah, it could be better. But, you know, hey. We believe he also gets upped by dark, so we're nuclear. He is hideous, though. He is absolutely hideous. Terrifying, honestly. And then in there. Okay, we can definitely start playing more aggressively. Let's go ahead and attack into you. Monster Egg, that's going to do some good damage. I wonder how close to lethal I am. 1250? We can handle 1250. If I had a dark monster, that would actually be helpful. Now we have Ancient Elf and Rare Fish. Let me type those in. Because we do have good options here. We have plenty of good options. And then we have an Ancient Elf in hand. So, Ancient Elf's considered a female, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. We can... and then 7 colored fish. We make 7 colored fish. That is very... And then Doma and Ancient Elf will make a Dark Witch also. For our purposes, probably Dark Witch. Or it should be lowered by... I think it might be lowered by that. I guess Dark Witch. Very easy to make, I will not deny that. Yeah, that does weaken. I'll leave it here for now. We'll attack in next turn. We can attack into you. We have this. So, I think these two might fuse, funny enough. But I think it would be a weaker monster, would it not? Okay, let's check what fusions we can make real quickly. So, 13th Grave. And then we have, what is her? Spirit of the Wind? Put that in. Make something here. So sorry if my keyboard collecting. We can do 7 colored fish. That's not the worst. We'll do 7 colored fish into the monster. Do some damage. I mean, it's an 1800 body. And that is somehow just enough for Leogun. I kind of want Leogun, I'm not gonna lie. I want him. Of lions, I really do. I would love Leogun to be my my deck leader. I absolutely want Leogun to be my deck leader. Sorry if I'm like hard to understand. I'm having really bad dry mouth today, and I'm out of water in my water bottle. I'll do a refill when I swap games, but. That is slightly terrifying and funny. God, that thing is terrifying when I look at it now. Okay, and then we're gonna actually we're kind of getting in this guy's way. So I'll probably back these guys up next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and move in the direction he's probably gonna go. Okay. Probably just gonna 13th Grave into this. And Pale Bees. So we're not doing a lot of damage there, but... I think the deck's doing pretty okay for right now. Yeah, don't start with Rex and Weevil. They actually have strategy. Well, Weevil's not that bad, but Rex can kind of overpower your team a little bit. I don't know. The game's weird how it formats itself. This feels like a reference to... My brain wants to say Guts. Am I crazy? Is that a reference to like something? Because that looks like a reference. So yeah, we're going to do exactly what I said. We're going to back out everyone. And then Wood Remains is going to come flying in. If I could start consolidating the team a little bit, we will be doing that. Alright, let's block them in a little bit. Because this is actually a way you can win. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of you. And then genuinely all we need is just a monster here. And then we win. Since he can't summon anything, he forfeits. He surrenders. And we win. We boxed him out for the win. Like I said, he's pretty easy. Let's see if we can get our hands on... Damn. Damn. Yes. Got him. Got my boy. I don't believe it. You beat the crab out of me? I will mention, they will not fuse for the first 5 duels of a playthrough. So your best attempt is honestly to try to defeat the first 5 on the first attempt. Is honestly in your best effort. Alright, we can add these 2 to our deck. I don't want to add Monster Egg. So let me see what I want to get rid of here. Probably the Unhappy... I don't know, Unhappy Maiden has some usage. Probably Fairy... I don't know, maybe Spirit of the Mountain? Yeah, Spirit of the Mountain's kind of terrible there. He's like barely good for anything. Turning into a zombie, I guess, has some niche use cases. I could argue that. What is... Okay. I'll look and see what Beaked Snake can fuse into, because you can do forward fusing. So, let's see. Beaked Snake can make Soul Hunter. You would need specifically a Clown Zombie or Crass Clown. Kind of nothing in our deck so far. You could maybe make Pumpkin King with it. Eventually. Because if you fuse it with another plant monster like Green Phantom King, makes Snakeashi. And I think if you fuse Snakeashi with a... oh no, I think it more involves the zombie aspect. I don't know. Not really worth our time, if you ask me. So I'm gonna probably ditch him. To then put Leo Gun and Carbonaro. Whatever the name is. I'm gonna take another water break. I so much apologize. I hate doing it so often, but I'm having such terrible cotton mouth this morning. Is that... My brain wants to say that might be an offensive term, but I actually don't know. Like, one of those terms that have like an offensive like origin, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water real quick. Alright, I'm back. I grabbed water. I grabbed V8. And now we are back into the game. Alright, so I think we probably should just take on Mai at this point, shouldn't we? I'm gonna go ahead and resave here. Just because I made the edits to my deck, and debating if I want to optimize my 5 duels I get without fusions. Because fusions do make the game harder. So you do kind of want to capitalize on like your first 5. But Mai can be rough. So let's see what we can do here. Not the worst starting hand, I guess. And I don't know how well these fuse, but we could at least start with red medicine. Get our stars up for the next turn. So we'll go ahead and drop the red medicine here. Oops, did not mean to do that. That's fine. It's going to be activated next turn anyways, so me waiting a turn isn't really going to... Me making one mistake's not going to hurt us that badly. Good red medicine here. Alright, let's... Alright, we got a few options. One moment. Okay. So we have... Sim. We have the Crow Goblin. We have the what was it, Green Phantom King. We have Lord of the Lamp and Starboy. And Starboy. We can make Rose Spectre of Dun. That is about it. Rose Spectre of Dun. We also have the Book of Secret Arts. So the best thing we can do is actually the Crow Goblin. Okay, so yeah. Definitely probably just summon Crow Goblin here. And then attack into that. Darkfire Dragon, so probably a good first thing to attack into. And now we get to also look at Crow Goblin's attack, because I accidentally skipped it out last time. Looks like an absolute freak, and I love it. I love him. Out the gate with 350. Guess we go here. That puts us in range regardless. Let me just put up Domo real quick. So Lord of the Lamp and Green Phantom King is probably the play here. Make Rose Spectre done. I mean, if we get a zombie, I think that makes Pumpkin King, but this deck can technically make Pumpkin King, which is an overpowered card by all means. Okay. Let me put these in real quick. And then we took out Lord of the Lamp. So we can make Dark Witch next turn, I suppose. I mean, we are boosted here, so maybe a Dark Witch is not the worst option. So we're gonna have to wait till next turn for that, though. so that's fine. Hmm. The fucking dragon out of nowhere. What the fuck? Blast my ass dragon here. He does look actually very cool for how little he's kind of utilized in Yu-Gi-Oh. He's kind of cool looking. Why do they have a pet dragon? But jeez Louise, we're gonna have to kind of play around that thing. So we can attack in to get some damage. What is Dark Fairy anyways? It's a fairy. I think I'll do Rogdoll Book of Secret Arts here. Then attack into this. That was nothing. Okay, fuck. I'm gonna move away. Maybe try to attack him into here, and then, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to figure out something. We are about to take 1500, though, which is rough. That is actually very useful here. I will not deny. So I will put Rogdoll into... We're going to defense mode you. And then we're going to fuse these two. Hope that's enough. Fuck. At least when we get the bones, we'll have a absolute answer. An absolute answer. I skip that. Do we need to see me get my ass kicked? Okay, we're gonna attack into you. Oh, cool. That dragon is a pain in my ass still, I will not deny. But I think we're safe for a turn, because he is on Wasteland. As long as he's on Wasteland, fine. So I might set up that one card. That spell card in my hand. I'm trying to remember the name. Alright, yeah, we should be fine. He can't get to us for a turn. So we should be able to at least play that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the corner here. Oh, you were kind of a fool. Okay, we'll figure out best sorted action in a second. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, they will attack in the Dark Witch, which will suck, but we will be taking far less damage. So now we're even, so that's funny. See what we can make here. Not sure what. I'll go ahead and reset it so I can look at everything here. We got Starboy. We have that zombie mole. Which we can use to weaken the dragon itself. I will mention that. We can do that. Leo Gun and... what was it? Fiend Sword? Yeah, Fiend Sword. I wrote Ancient. Fiend Sword. We can make Nekogal and Armored Zombie. We'll put Mech Mole here so that he might attack into Mech Mole. Or the more immediate threat, you tell me. AI kind of dumb. Damn. I tried. Damn. R.I.P. Dark Witch. R.I.P. Okay. I mean... could Armored Zombie be the play? Probably, yeah. It would. It would be the play. It's those two, right? Just to double check. Yep. These two do fuse, so that should end the game. Yeah, that actually went pretty well. We defeated Mai pretty easily, actually. Sadly, we couldn't get the dragon, though. That would have been a fun pickup. But we had to clutch it out with a zombie win, so... it does offer some mount, which would be super useful. I mean, the dragon's a fine pickup, but not really. Okay, there we go. I got exactly what I wanted. The mountain. Okay, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. I can utilize those guys. We can use the fact that we're mountain users. I kind of prefer the mountain method. Spam, we got another rose card. And then we'll be getting into a cutscene, but I'm gonna edit the deck first. This guy can also be kind of tough. He has some interesting cards. Let's get rid of the Hinatama here. And the Red Medicine. I'll keep the Yami. At least for this next fight I will. Then we'll add Mountain, Harpy Lady, and then I want to get rid of one more monster here. And I'm thinking... well, actually for the water fight, I should keep my water monsters. I should not get rid of those for this fight. So probably toss out one of my zombies. And I'm thinking Shadow Spectre is the weak link here. I wanted to get Darkfire Dragon. So I think Darkfire is a little better here for us. Our deck's starting to take a little bit more shape. It's not... we don't have a win con yet, and that's kind of our main thing we need to get to, is figure out our win con. I won't deny, zombies can absolutely be a very viable strategy. I have done a Pumpkin King route, and that worked pretty well. You essentially just make Pumpkin King and it generates attack, basically an attack up per turn. So each turn it gains 100, and then if you have multiple on the field, then everyone gains 500 if you have 5 Pumpkin Kings, which is very possible. You can have 3 copies of Pumpkin King himself and then fuse 2 more copies, meaning you have all in all 5 Pumpkin Kings. I've done it more than once. That won me the game one time, but it's a very slow strategy, and it's the downside, is you have to like build up to it. Okay, nothing fantastic in the opening hand, but at least we get a fairy booster, I guess. I'll wait till the next turn. I will start writing out my cards, though. That's not fun. I'm typing out real quick. I do remember most of them. It was like Ancient Elf. Yeah, Ancient Elf and Spirit of the Wind. Don't know if these make anything, but I mean Garvis, which is a 2000 attack monster. So I guess Takahi and Leogun will have to be our starting boys. Don't know if that'll be enough, but we'll hope. We're just attempting to Jeez Louise. Out of the gate with a 3000 attack, basically. Red archery, girl. Jesus. We currently don't have anything for that. It's looking us dead in the face. These fuse? Nope. Like I said, we're going to try to thin out the deck a little bit. We're just going to try stuff and see if it works. I don't know why I thought that worked. I know it won't be enough, but I don't know. I just need something here. This is just looking. I might have to forfeit this one. It's alright. Yeah. That's fine. I think I'm gonna stop doing Yu-Gi-Oh! For a sec. I'm gonna switch over to Pokemon. That's fair. I think we did fine. We did like we're like 3-2. So I will go ahead and save. Next time we'll be able to I think it's resurrect cards or you like sacrifice cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close out of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and swap over to a BRB so I can pull up my